Welcome, everyone, and thank you for joining me for yoga in our city's virtual studio. I'm Anne. Please consult a medical practitioner before you engage in any type of exercise, that's including yoga. And this is especially important if you are pregnant, if you are nursing, if you have a medical pre-existing condition, and or if you're taking medications, just to be safe. Now, I'd like to start out this evening to tell you a little bit about what we're going to do. This will be a 30-minute yoga session, and we're going to do some asanas that we haven't tried yet on our chair. So I'm looking forward to this, and I hope you all like it. We'll be doing some core work, so get ready. All righty. So let's begin by starting with the props. So we do need this evening you will need, I should say, blocks. Okay, we're going to be using this for one of the postures or asanas. And I do recommend a blanket. And I also brought the tennis balls because I know prior weeks I've been talking about using the tennis balls instead of that large roller that I had for the bottom of the feet. So I wanted to at least show you that. Now we're going to begin with our intention. And our intention this evening is I will embrace change. We'll say that 3 times together. I will embrace change. I will embrace change. And again, just sit quietly for a moment and let those words marinate. Okay, now we can open our eyes. Now, next, we're going to go into our breath, and then we'll move into sitting mountain. So if you're comfortable on your chair, that's okay. Just be sure that you're actively engaged. For those of you that would like to start with more of a engaged sitting mountain pose, I'm going to walk you through that before we begin the breath. So you may want to come onto the edge of the chair, but I can't see you, but I'd like you to be sure, number one, that you're safe, okay? So you don't want to come too far, of course, to the front of the chair, but you want to come where your sits bones, if you feel them, and you begin to take your right hand and move the right cheek, and then the left, you can wiggle on your chair and you will definitely feel those sits bones. Now, the feet. We have, again, 2 very soft cushions right under the toes and then the heel, okay? So we'll be utilizing our feet this evening to get in position for many of the asanas. And next, we're going to take our hands, put the fists together, and make a nice space in between the legs. So you want it to be hip width apart, so the hips, the pelvis just fall perfectly in line. And now moving up, we're going to move into the shoulders. Take the shoulders, bring them forward up to the ears, and open the chest. So you can feel that energy, that breath just flowing through the body. Remember, the breath is our source of life, our energy. Now, after that, just take the fist again and turn it upside down, and you want to be sure that the chin is parallel to the floor. And then when the eyes move up the wall, or the ceiling and the wall will touch each other, there's that seam. You don't want to raise your neck or stretch your neck any farther than that. And we'll keep coming back into sitting mountain because this is our foundational pose. We always work from the feet up to the top of the head. Okay, now this evening for our pranayama, we are going to start with, it's called pursed lip breathing. Actually, that's another name for the ocean sounding breath. So I'm going to walk you through that. But before we begin, I'd like you again to come for a nice engaged sitting mountain pose. Engage the muscles in your lower body. Close your eyes and breathe. Simply inhaling through the nose and exhaling out through the nose or the mouth. Now we're beginning to simply observe your breath. Be aware of the chest expanding and contracting. Notice the qualities of your breath. Is it smooth? Is it long and steady? And take one last inhalation and exhalation before you open your eyes. Beautiful. Now, whenever you sit in stillness and you do a basic observation of your breath, it automatically calms. It calms you down. It's a wonderful breath for calming and also restoring. And it also modifies your parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous system so they're parallel. So neither one of those is taking over, but you're completely relaxed. So now let's begin what's called the pursed lip breathing. And for this, we're going to inhale through our nose. Nice full breath. And on the exhalation, you're going to open or purse your lips. Breathe out or exhale through the mouth. So you're going to inhale through the nose, purse the lips, almost like you're blowing out a candle. And now we're going to keep doing this approximately 6 full breaths. Notice yourself becoming calmer and more relaxed. Notice again your chest. Make sure the chest is expanded and open. And begin. Let's do one final inhalation through the nose. Purse the lips, blow out the candle on the exhalation. And open the eyes. Again, gauge how you feel. All righty. Now we're going to start with some warm-ups. But before I begin the regular sequence, I did want to show you, because I did talk about this each week, how we could use tennis balls. So I put the tennis balls on the floor and right about here where my arch is. Now, if you have flat feet, still find the middle of the sole of the foot. Place your feet on there. You want to come more towards the edge of the chair like you're sitting in sitting mountain. And you may want to hold on to the side of the chairs just for stability. And then rock back and forth, heel toe. I find it easier to do one at a time, but some of you may, well, you may be very ambidextrous and you could do both. Whoops, I keep losing my balls. All righty, so that's what we're going to do. And you could feel the nice little massage. I'm not sure if my foot's too wide, but I think I need a wider tennis ball. So I probably wouldn't use the tennis ball. I may use a little bit of a larger ball. Oh, this is much easier. Okay, roll it back and forth. And this is what happens when all the nerve endings in the foot are beginning to become stimulated through the movement. Okay, so that's what I wanted to show you. And now remember another, of course, movement to do and to engage the feet is the reflexology. You could take your fingers and you can just take your thumb and just press it in all the different areas of your feet, including the toes. And you'll feel a nice stimulation with this. Okay, and then of course the other one. Now you could do this anytime, when you're home relaxing, watching TV. You can engage, or whatever you do. You can engage this and you'll feel a nice soothing energy coming through the bottom of the feet. Okay, now let's come back into our sitting mountain. Okay, and we're going to start with our first warm up that I had scheduled for this evening. And we're going to start with heel toe. So we're going to push the heel out and then the toes. So now we're just moving them back and forth. We're doing these joint movements, very stimulating for our joints, which allows them to continue to be lubricated. So we want to go through the passages of our life as healthy as we can, and to have all our little joints being able to move and to be strong. And remember also that we want the muscles to be strong so they support our skeletal body. Okay, good. That's a good one. Okay, so that is for the heel toe. Okay, now the joint openers. So we're going to start with the hands. We've talked about that every finger has many nerve endings at the bottom. So let's stimulate that by again touching the thumb to each of the fingers. I remember there used to be a song and it went, happy talk, keep talking, happy talk about things you like to do. And this particular song, it came from a movie, and I think it was Bali High, and they use the hand motions, the finger motions, in so many different songs that are sung, and it's really adorable. Because remember, these are the very important joints that we need for functionability. As we age, okay, we want to keep our functionability acute and strong so we can open jars. We can continue to do that. We can wash the dishes. Our fingers and our hands also require awareness in the brain. The brain really works when we work our fingers. We have to think. Okay, beautiful. Now, one more warm up that I'd like to do that has to do with eye and arm coordination, but we're going to formulate what we call a dristi. Okay, the dristi is that focal point. So I'm going to demonstrate and then you can follow. We're going to take the hands and just place them on the sides of the chair. And then we're going to bring them forward, but we're going to do one arm at a time. So I'm going to take the left arm, put it down in the right. My eyes are going to focus completely on one spot on my middle finger. And then up, and then come back around, and then down. So keep the eyes gazed on one particular point, and then the opposite, arm forward. This helps for us to focus and continue to be very aware and mindful of the connection between the eyes and the brain. The occipital, bring it back down. Now we can do those many times, and you could do this in your own private home or wherever you are. And actually, this chair yoga, I would do this if I was waiting for a plane in the airport. I would do this. It's great. Before you know it, other people may be joining you. So people are fascinated when they see people doing movements while they're waiting for their plane or whatever and stretching because they know this is very good for the body and the mind. Okay, so that's the eye dristi. Now we're going to start with the postures. The first one we're going to do is the boat. Now the boat pose is a core strengthener. So you're going to have to use your breath and your core, okay, to get through this. Now for me, I'm going to move to the side of my chair, to the right side. Now, some of you, depending upon the shape of your body, some of you may be fine coming a little bit forward in the chair. Myself, I need to wiggle back and be more at the edge of the back of the chair. So for the boat, this also helps, by the way, with balance, improves balance and coordination. So we're going to do different levels. We'll do the 3 levels. Level 1 is simply to come on your tippy toes or the balls of the feet and then bring the arms slightly up. If you're at this level, you may be at this level or you may need to keep your hands down for the upper body. So find your level and then come back a little bit further and find a focal point in front of you and breathe. Deep breaths. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out through the nose or the mouth. Okay, coming back. We'll go now into level 2. So again, I'm going to sit and engage my full body in sitting mountain, but this time I'm going to raise the right leg up and then the left leg up. I'm coming back. I'm going to stretch my arms or hands forward and deep breath. Use that core. 3 full breaths. And then come back out. And depending again on your range of flexibility, level 3. Level 3 is a full extension. So the right leg extended up and the left up. Now, you have a choice. If you feel you're not in balance or your chair is like mine, it's not that, feels a little cushiony. I'm going to bring the hands forward and I'm really going to have to breathe deeply, feeling it in the core. Watch your neck and breathe. Notice how you're utilizing your balance here. All the muscles are engaged. Then slowly lower the feet back down and just come forward, stretching the spine. You're going to go forward and back, almost like a cat-cow. Some of you maybe with the boat pose feel it on the lower back. Well, I do. So then I want to stretch the lower back out. All righty. Now, next we're going to do what we called the bound angle pose. Now, again, we're going to go through 3 levels of flexibility. Now, the first one will be your feet are comfortably apart. You're going to press down on the balls or the soles of the feet. And for the bound angle in level 1, you're simply going to take the knees and just push them slightly apart, having the stability of the feet on the floor beneath you. Now, the bound eagle pose is the benefits are to stretch the groin area, to stretch the hips. You want to open up the thighs. This also lubricates the joints. And breathe. Now, the next level will be level 2. Now, the difference will be that the soles of the feet will be touching each other. So this is level 2. And notice again, you want to be sure that your sits bones are on the chair, but you also want to stretch the thighs, the groin, and the hips in the bound angle pose. Now the hands can stay comfortably on the knees, or for bound angle, you could just bring the hands up for level 2 on the upper body, or you may prefer to come into cactus pose, opening the chest and breathe. Last inhalation and exhalation. And now we're going to move into bound angle with level 3. Now, level 3 will be you're going to use your blocks. You're going to place them hip width apart. But what we're going to do is the soles of the feet will be coming together. You may have to readjust your blocks as I do. So the soles of the feet come and touch each other. Oops, let me get this straight. All righty. Now, this is going to be a full extension or the opening of the thighs, the hips, and the groin. So you can see the beautiful space in between, opening the lower body. And breathe. And again, you have a choice. Hands can stay comfortably on the lap, or you can go into cactus pose, or some people prefer to even engage the arms further up and breathe deeply. Do 3 nice full breaths. Now let's take another one. Inhale, stretch those fingers up to the ceiling, move those fingers, and on the exhalation, bring the arms back down to the sides of the body. Beautiful. Now you're going to take your blocks and put them to the side. Come back. And now we're going to move into the bridge pose. Now, the bridge pose is wonderful for building lung capacity, but it also is a very good core strengthener. The bridge is going to build and aid in digestion. So it's a very powerful pose. So to begin with, you're going to begin in sitting mountain. and the feet are flat on the mat. Press the cushiony part of the feet into the floor or mat beneath you. And there's the 3 press points you're going to press into the front of the feet. So push down, push down. And for the bridge pose, you're going to take the hands and place them on the side. This is level 1. And you're going to open the chest and breathe. Feel the core. Feel the breath coming in and out. Now for level 2, what we're going to do is take the balls of the feet and bring them just slightly towards the chair, maybe an inch or so. But this time you're going to take the hands and you're going to place them farther behind. Okay? You can even hold on to the sides of your chair. I have to readjust my sits bone so I can really open up into the bridge pose because we want lung capacity expanding and aiding digestion. So now come forward, just extend and open the chest and breathe. Nice full breath. Take your last breath. You're going to inhale fully and exhale. Now we're going to move into level 3 of the bridge pose. Now this time you're going to take the feet and the balls of the feet are going to be pressing down on the mat, and you want to bring the feet very close to the chair, okay? So as you notice, my posture or my form has changed. But now with the 3rd level or level 3, you're going to take the hands and you're going to intertwine the palms or the feet or the fingers overlapping each other. But they're going to go in the back of the chair so you can really open up into the bridge pose. And let's begin. Nice full inhalation. Nice full exhalation. On the next inhalation, stretch and open up the chest. So the lungs are getting a beautiful movement of the breath in and out. Your digestive system is opening up. This is also very good for the thighs. Breathe fully. 3 full breaths. Last breath, inhale. Slowly come out, bringing the arms forward. And let's shake out the arms and let's shake out the hands and shake out the fingers. Take those shoulders and just roll them around, roll the body around, shake it all out before we go into our last posture, asana, which is called the child's pose. And now I'm going to give you a choice. With the child's pose, you can go into a partial child pose coming forward or full. But I do recommend you to have a pillow. And if it's a little bit stiff, that's ideal. Don't worry about that. I'm going to use my blanket though. Okay. So for the child pose, remember this is a very relaxing posture. The many times the child pose is the go-to relaxing posture for many classes that people offer. So if you're going to be in level 1, your legs are going to be into a V, okay? And maybe you're going to hinge forward, but only come so far down. This would be the child pose. And close your eyes and relax. And breathe. Now you may be in level 2. So now you're going to extend the legs a little bit further into the L shape, right? So you're going to open up into the L. You're going to come a little bit further. You're going to hinge forward. And maybe with this pose, you're just going to fold your arms and come forward a little bit more and rest and breathe. The child's pose also lengthens the spine so that axle or the center of your body is perfectly aligned. Then slowly come back up. And level 3, which is my favorite, child pose. I'm going to take my blanket and I'm going to put it right in front and I'm going to really hinge forward. Be careful of your stomach and come all the way down and relax. I can fold my arms. I can put my forehead on my arms and simply relax. Move into the posture. And then slowly do your last breath. Inhale. And slowly exhale and come back up. And you can put your blanket or your pillow on the side. And I invite you to come back into mountain pose, sitting mountain pose, aligning the body as we did in the beginning. Open the chest. Simply close your eyes. Coming back to our intention, let's say it 3 times. I embrace change. I embrace change. I embrace change. Now you may open your eyes, and now I'm going to extend the arms. Everyone come to the side, have the arms up, touching the palms at the top. If you can, stretch up, and then slowly come right through the axle of the body and ending right there at the heart, or in the middle of the chest. And I hope you enjoyed our practice this evening. I'm so happy you all joined me. Okay? And keep practicing all week. Okay, bye bye.